how has the pandemic affected your spending habits?
We were talking about this yesterday. I think the best way for me to answer this question, I think, is that we were talking about how in Victoria, doing the most simple of things feels luxurious here. So I think in that way, you can just go get like a cheap juice or something, and we're gonna go sit by the water, and that feels like $1 million day. So
totally.
I'm putting a positive spin on this. Yeah. Do you have your own answer for that?
I totally agree with that.
What about your spending habits?
Oh, my spending habits, I definitely spend way more money on food, like on groceries, because, you start getting creative and you cook way more. So that's probably my biggest spending.
My spending habits affected by the pandemic. I don't go out as much. I never went out before anyway, but I've not gone to a restaurant to eat in pretty well at least half a year. My spending habits through the internet online have certainly increased, that's for sure. That's basically it. I guess it's sort of worked off of each other. I'm spending less in restaurants, but I'm buying more online. I've built up a few interests, which has cost me a little bit of money. So,
well, a little actually. I find I'm actually spending a lot more on eating out because I'm going to places like Farmhouse Coffee over there and just small businesses that I want to survive, and I'll be like, yes, give me a side, give me two sides, because I want to try to help the local community, so I've been spending a lot more than I usually would have.
It's actually been really great, especially with having the opportunity to work from home as well. So, not spending the money on taking the bus or coffees or whatever it may be. But I also think it's really important too. All of the pandemic has made me reflect on local businesses and how important it is to support those businesses as well.
For my part, I would say yes. I think I've been spending more money since the pandemic because the fact that we're stuck at home, we don't have the opportunity to do all the activities that we would usually do. So we try to do something different. For myself, spending online was a big one. I started doing things that I would usually do, like the surfing, which was super expensive. That's.
For me, not really. I think I'm actually saving money because of the pandemic, because normally I used to be an outgoing, fun person. But with all the restrictions due to COVID, it makes it hard to go out and socialize as a group, as I would normally have done pre-COVID times. I'm definitely saving way more money because of COVID.
Yeah, I think I'm not spending less. I think I'm being more conscious of what I'm spending it on, just with work and the regulations they've set in for us out at my job. There's just not enough clientele. We can't have clients come in from out of town right now, so that's definitely taken a hit. So
when you're in a point of having no money and you only have wage subsidies coming in or income release or whatever it is, when you only have that coming in, you're definitely a little more careful with your spending, whereas when you start to do that and you're working only part-time, but you're also getting this help with stuff, I think everyone has been kind of frivolously spending their money and not really putting it towards being smart with it and thinking about, okay, now when things go back to normal, am I ahead of the game here? Am I able to, solidify myself and build from that, or am I just kind of in the exact same hole I was in before?
Where we, as Canadians, always love to say we support local. If it's Canadian grown, it's for Canadians. But at the same time, we're the first ones to have those doors closed. So it's definitely affected it that way. Not the amount that I've been spending, but who I'm choosing to put my dollar to.
Online shopping. I'm trying to be more mindful. I went for a walk today at lunch and didn't bring my wallet just to go for the walk. But I think the response with, just boredom and restlessness and needing a jolt of stimulation has caused me to probably spend more money online than I should be.
Spending's down. There's no travel, not really dining out, just not getting together with people or going to events and things like that. So just a lot less spending across the board.
A lot. I mean, there's definitely just not that much money for extra stuff. So cutting back on all of that, made me rethink how I think about shopping for clothes, stuff like that. So I'm thrifting more. groceries, definitely shopping deals. So it's affected it a lot.
We're shopping a lot more online. Never did grocery delivery before, and I haven't been to a grocery store in 6 months, so that's been a big change. Probably trying to save a little bit more. So yeah, biggest thing has been the move to online with pretty much everything.
Overall, I keep things simple, so it hasn't drastically impacted me. I don't operate under panic or, so I've just been conscientious and, like everybody else, just doing the best they can with what they have.
There's a lot of things I'm not spending money on. Gas to and from work. We're not dining out. We're not going out to movies, concerts, and performances and such. But with respect to that, we're probably eating a little better. We've been spending a little more money on food at our local grocery store, and we're trying to support local businesses, whether it's the, pick up at the curb dining and or the local business that sells their goods.
I've saved a lot of money. I used to eat out a fair amount, so I haven't been eating out quite as much, but lots of takeout. I don't know. I think there's a lot less of that quick, impulse buying. Like right now, I'm just walking around. I might pop in a couple of places, and I, through the pandemic, wasn't doing a lot of that. So trying to be more mindful of that, because our small businesses need us to make some impulse purchases once in a while. So I think being out and about causes us to spend a little bit more money. So I'm hoping more people are out and about and spending more money.